So, welcome everyone to another live stream. Just in this brief moment, you see our freaking AMD Ryzen hardware can actually do 28 megabit of upstream. Obviously, usually the peak bugs and Voda fails doxes is the problem here, right? So let's see how long we get 28 freaking Mbit of our 50 rare moment. Get out all of the basement, the German internet is working. Fast before it breaks down, yes. Which unfortunately, as you know, on this channel could happen any moment. So yeah, let's try to get some stuff done. Although I'm only streaming with 3 Mbit because obviously I know Vodafone, I'm obviously not working for long here. So let's get some stuff added here in our T2 Linux system. We can actually get a freaking release done. Yeah, maybe also some yep, don't catch this virus. So, we tested quite some stuff the other day. And I was actually thinking, so actually we kind of sort of can release except some last minute build errors. Internet, 0 frames. Yay, you can do it, Vodafone. It only took you 3 years and it will probably fail any moment. So var adm logs. Alright, maybe there's one build error left, and that's a bit of a strange one. I did see that already. At least I thought I saw it already. What is their setup tools? I thought this was some... I think this was a really strange error, and I wonder why is this? Here, couldn't convert mem address from JIT address to... And this is an extremely strange one. Welcome everyone. Yeah, working internet. Yeah, 120, 119 drop frames, 1.4%. Yeah. I knew I can't trust this. Wonderful. But let's see, better than using all my 120 gigabytes of LTE. Anyway, the strange thing here is that I had this working, so I have totally no idea why it's failing now. Or did we minor release update? No. Yeah, actually I merged that here too. That is always so strange, and that's a recurring annoyance here, that no matter how hard we work, how hard we patch everything, a day later, yeah, also a day later, you've seen it here first, straight 28.46 megabit, but only for 300, 400 frames, yeah. Wait, 500 and counting, can't mix this shit up. Oops. This is the internet. I should run a company with, thank you, Voda, on this. 500 freaking 80 drop frames with just freaking 3 Mbit. You can't mix this. Okay, let's route it over LTE. Be back in a minute because obviously 0 drop frames, the internet company. Vodafone wannabe internet company. It only took, how long was it? 5 minutes for this to break down with just 3 freaking Mbits. Anyway, so the crazy thing is that it was building, and that is, you want to release stuff and then it's just nicely patched configuration 486. So is this JIT fully disabled? Default JIT report. Disable JIT though. Yeah, so that is the crazy stuff. Why does this fail? I don't get that. The problem with it is this kind of stuff. Also setup atomic exchange 64. This is so strange because This is why, I mean, I already put so many epic thread-ripping CPU cycles on this and stuff still fails. I mean, you can't have enough testing and continuous integration testing, because now I don't even... How was it even with 586? Okay, we changed that to 586. I remember there was something, but the rest should have built. This is so bizarre. How could this build the other week? I mean, here is 90, but this was much later and we must have... The problem is, did I delete it already or... The previous ISO, actually I still have some here. What do I have here? Oh, did I not include that? Apparently not. Why does this one need loop? What? Ah, because... Do I know why? This is a change root, though. Would this prevent module auto-loading? Maybe it does. Or maybe the loop device stuff does not so much to moving that to... Nah, that is somehow annoying. So much to running doing that in a VM. Or VM or container. Oh wait, why is it empty? Okay, that might also be a reason then. Okay. That should just work. So welcome everyone. Good morning. Yeah, so the problem is then we need to actually really think about what is the issue here. And as you might know, I really hate to think. Yeah, I should have released it in December. So in retrospect, I mean, I should. I mean, we fixed so many installation quirks, especially for other platforms. We have one other strange thing. Should we do that first? I think when we run PowerPC, I think there was... Did I have tests already? Or no, maybe I don't have a test for that already. Because as far as I remember, the init already didn't work, at least in QEMU for PowerPC. Actually, that probably should even be a real... Okay, this new test even pass. Amazing stuff, right? Why does it take so long? Why does it... what have I done there? Ah, this might be just asleep because I really... Oops. Ah, shit. Yeah, due to that, that is not ideal. I need to improve the scripting here for testing versus building all the dozens of architectures. Let's... At least that is what I remember, at least from testing. I should have... Yeah, I shouldn't freaking get this bloody COVID. That would have been a good plan. QEMU system, PowerPC, kernel, init.rd. What? Init.rd? Graphical graphics, init.rd. Yeah, so that is what we didn't see. And that is why testing is so important. So the crazy thing is, this can't run. So SH is panic in return from syscall. What exactly is this supposed to be? Somehow this trap. Okay, so now you would need to decode what this trap is. Why does it not? Okay, C00. This is a bit strange. I don't remember ever having that. Let's do that as user with surf. Did we generate? You know what? Let's put X help. Because I tested the other day that. Did I say X? I actually meant graphics. The whole ISO boot would be interesting. Yeah, but this is also stuff you want to support everything, and then all this stuff only fails. This didn't yet crack. What? Why does this freaking work? That is a crazy thing. That only happens on serial console. Maybe that is some serial console bug. Wow, what a coincidence. You can't make this stuff up. I was even freaking wondering why PowerPC worked like for decades. Yeah, good that we tested that. That's not ideal for testing, but that's what it is then. I wonder if we use another machine. Do they have some? Does this 40p boot? Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, that is not following region overlap memory trace space. That is somehow not particularly helpful. Do we have anything else that has a chance of working? No idea, not really. I wonder if the ISO works with that though. Oh, wait a second. But if we give it more memory, does it solve a thing? Is it 40p? What, 192 is the maximum? Okay, that wasn't particularly helpful either. System PowerPC. Alright, so this looks to also use OpenBIOS on this IBM. Does it already use a maximum 192 what this was, and then boot D if we don't want to manually boot CD-ROM there? Hey, it's loading in something interesting. Didn't expect that to come up. But it's not the greatest help for unit testing, so that's supposedly some IBM prep thing, but at least that's what the advert. It's I wonder, is it slower than the it looks slower than Mac 99 for some crazy reason. I mean, besides it's also stupid that grub redraws the whole screen. It's this kind of design decisions that I would not have made. Not sure if this IBM 40p stuff comes up though. Who knows how slow that is. Okay, fine. Then we only need to. Well, we said they also see the limits of testing, right? Theoretically, we. Oh, by the way, do I have this testing thing here? Ah, yes, I have that here. Cool. So then we probably want to move. Did we have this version? Expect, because I was the other day wondering where I left that. Apparently, move that to test so that I remember where it freaking is. And oh, LTE also 800 frames. Ugh, internet can't make this. I need to move on my own island. So, yeah, the limits of testing and bugs and stuff. It's obviously faster bypassing the firmware post and loading the kernel in ID directly, but if it then interrupts differently with serial console or who knows what, and it is of course not the most helpful. Obviously, if it doesn't work, a test is not helpful. But yeah, so this testing will be this will continue to be a massive effort. Did I just move it into this? Okay, I upped it. Oh, maybe it was a symlink. That is possible. Yeah, QEMU. By the way, this is probably unversioned. I probably should version. Oh no, it is versioned. Wait, did I version it? Apparently I did. Clever me. So, what do we have here? We have Spark doesn't work. We don't have that. Oh, okay, we have that much left that doesn't work. Okay, that is not the most mission critical. Packard precision architecture, microblaster, who cares? MIP64. Where is even a MIP cell? Why is that there and not here? Yeah, MIP64. We built a kernel for something we don't have an emulator for. That is also not ideal. Then Neos 2, okay, fine, who cares there? So RISC-V I could fix with changing the kernel config of all things, but that didn't fix RISC-V32, so maybe I actually do that sometime soon. Maybe that's just one more kernel config or QEMU quirk, but that works now with the T2 kernel. And yeah, Spark illegal instruction. Yeah, SH4 might be easy when we just need to figure out what is the best, most full-featured, powerful QEMU stuff that's also supported by the Linux kernel. Let's load some 20 boards or something. Or we just do the Dreamcast stuff for the most reliable experience. Anyway, so all the other stuff. So basically the most important stuff left here. I would say the most important, yeah, RISC-V32, and then maybe a relatively low-hanging fruit. So RISC-V32, SH4, Spark 32, something in that order, or MIP64. Maybe we, yeah, the problem with MIP64, if we do MIP64 in QEMU, then the kernel doesn't work on SGI hardware anymore, due to the amazing design decisions of statically configured and supported stuff there. And in the Linux kernel, not the greatest fan of that. Oh wait, we don't have ARM? Okay, I guess that is. So some monodes there. So then the mostly major thing left is the bloody Firefox, and I really don't get that really, because it was freaking working. Did I change the... I did, and we have already .7 because time is running. What is even x86? Yeah, so the problem is we need to dive into the source code there, and it is so crazy how, I mean, the bigger the source code, the more waste of time it is. From JIT address to base index. How did it work just a month ago? That is so crazy. So the major difference is that I built that, I mean I could, the major difference is I built this now in a like kind of safer, more reproducible T2 change root instead of my workstation for reproducibility. Because otherwise if I go home or travel and I have my portable Road Warrior SSD with me, then the build environment is slightly different. It's of course not ideal. So that is the difference between building directly straight on my portable Road Warrior SSD or in this more new, cleaner change root. I wonder how the configuration can be different though. But just, yeah, security. Array subscripts out of bounds all over the place, at least according to the compiler, which may be false positives, but maybe not. How do we tackle that? That is really a pretty annoying thing. I really hate when we are finally there to release T2 and then one last tiny little package is holding up everything. Maybe we should check that this, but I think if this JIT patch doesn't apply, I would think, or is that actually the case? Maybe that is the case. You know what, maybe that is the case. Because I don't, or do I? I don't see here, maybe I should, no. Maybe that is, did I commit this wrong? No JIT diff. There's no JIT diff. Maybe that is easy. Maybe this somehow. Okay, maybe this code doesn't work. Because we have disabled JIT though, but maybe this code is, you know what, the code is wrong, it's the wrong place pre, that is the issue here. That is why I changed that. Actually, no, I remember why I changed this from pre-conf to pre-patch. That is probably the thing. Good that we found this before I shelled even more time into this nonsense. Where is my shell? There's one. Somehow I probably committed that to trunk and didn't merge it to the stable release. Yeah, right, I committed that. I remember, I think I kinda, I think this was untested somehow. The problem is maybe I YOLO that because this is a relatively big merge and otherwise it breaks CMonkey and Thunderbird. I don't really want to touch all of them now. Usually I wouldn't recommend that. But I run out of time for this release management. Do we have this in CMonkey? because this needs to run in sync. I think this could work. Yeah, I need to think whether maybe I just build Firefox like that and then call this take a day, and it's not how you really do it. This is another bad example, but maybe sometimes you also need to see bad examples. The right thing to do. I mean, it isn't trunk. It's just it's multiple changes, and yeah, and one is with the Thunderbird update. So I think this tiniest imperfection we can. I mean, it's just a versioning imperfection. Let's see if not JIT diff is now it's applied. That probably builds now. That is the thing. So while we wait for that, we could test. Should we? How do I get this into the VM? We could. Do I have the VM lindering? All right. Okay, so this did not ever come up because reasons. Also, maybe it does just simply not have serial. Would serial always work on the terminal? Serial. Does serial come out? Was it that? We could give it one more try. I mean, the crazy thing is that this redraws forever. I'm really not a fan of this nonsense. I mean, who thought that the bootloader redrawing so much stuff is a good idea? It's, it somehow like an efficiently working command prompt from Zilo, I would probably prefer over this redrawing menu nonsense here of clearing the screen. It's, So if this typing is as mundane like this, then not continue testing that. Let's see, do we got some? Can you stop redrawing? Freaking. Tell me you don't redraw everything for one. Yeah, also, how this emulation stuff can be like that freaking slow. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, it's not worth it. So, do I have some HTA? So I don't know what I installed there. I need to check why this doesn't autoload anymore. Once upon a time this was autoloading. Okay, that boots something. So far so good. Let's hope it boots fully, because then I could quickly test the test. It's test today. Let's see what we have in there. Hopefully something. Beautiful window manager. Look at that. Maybe I should have booted with virt.io. Maybe I should have some modern default. Anyway, it's not the point today. The point today is see how many updates did we get like that since then. It's like, quite some updates. Just a tiny little bit of stuff. So where's our build? And so then I want, because so the issue with that is I wanted that xrender works for outputs like that. So let's see if that works with this patch. All right, we didn't commit it yet. So, I mean, I could SCP it somewhere, but I could also commit it. Nothing like using a subversion for your shit faster Welcome everyone. Yeah, but serial monitors standard only if you want both on that, otherwise you only have I only wanted the serial. But yes, otherwise what you wrote has slightly more features. So let's see if that will work. Alright, also maybe I should change the... Yeah, we need some new modern command line stuff, but so many things we need and want. Yeah, so testing, maybe should we... Can we even remotely start a Wayland client? Need to check that. So, also yeah, maybe I should focus on the more important. More important is actually testing all the kernels to boot. It's certainly more important than whether some exotic Wayland client works. So yeah, probably next I should, but not before this release. We will really release this week. We need a proper release for those people playing along at home. Why is it freaking configuring so long? It like configures like for... Why is it even? Is it not turbo boosting? Wait a second, where's my... Liquid is 35 degrees. I messed the problems I messed here around with this. Was it -7 when it was super hot? I should maybe not have. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, I want a little bit more fan. Otherwise, that is so. Wait, what do you even build? Oh, why do we? Oh shit! I Control C in the wrong. I hate when I somehow need to. Yeah, I press Control. I wanted to Control C this build. This is a little bit stupid now. But that's what you're here for. Yeah, somehow maybe I should. I don't know. I should somehow start, or maybe patch QEMU not to exit directly with Control C. No, this is not even emerge. This is why that configured so long, because it wasn't even freaking xrender. What this didn't build? I thought we tested that, didn't we? Why would that fail like that? Good that we kind of thought of. It's also a Musel x32 build. I guess that we otherwise don't work. Of course, I've chosen the best installation possibly for that. What would be the lib dear? there's nothing in there. Maybe that explains why that doesn't work. Shit, this might error out now. Some of this is not really. Satisfying. Actually, user X11 is in there. Why not? Why is this not finding that? Where is it even looking? Shit, why have I chosen the most annoying freaking build to work with? Oh man. Actually, it looks into user libx32. Maybe we move this stuff. I think it was empty. I mean, it's a bloody test. I don't even remember. We don't even ship that by default. So that is empty. Does that fix the thing? Yeah, it does. Good. So the only thing we wanted to test whether if we don't specify output, we get the first one. So let's say 1, 2. Okay, what do we use? 280 by 800. So let's maybe 280. Okay, that does not work as I would originally want. This is exactly the thing where I wanted to patch that. Towards this does not yet work. Pity. Should we X-render that for you to better read it? Oh, 34 degrees. So yeah, Firefox, that fixed Firefox. We can finally release and get even more bug reports. Let's make this larger for you, otherwise it ain't much fun for you, I guess. I could also resize the terminal font if I would care too much. So anyway, so preferred node, let's go meditate that. We had here yesterday this new was it output set put output preferred. So set name preferred find output, and maybe we fprint that here. Print f that. What do we have there? We have a xid, a index, and a string. So that is, oh wait, what do we have? Output xid index string. Is it hopefully that? Yeah, string compares it is a C string, it's an X string. Nothing like some good old printf debugging like in the Unix manuals. Ah, damn, I hate autoformat. Okay, expected argument type, but xid, long unsigned in, yeah, whatever. Why do we have here 0, 0 now? Do we print returning? Why not? Ah, okay, so we iterate, but why does... Wait, that is strange. Maybe this all outputs is not filled? Add output, find output. Get outputs. Ah, here's output. Ah, config output at what? Find output by name. I should change the video title. You know what? Let's split the video because it gets more views, and we need to build this YouTube channel. For fun and for profit and stuff. So yeah, new video with proper title, proper XC development live on this channel in a second. And otherwise, hope you learned something. Also 800 frames. Hope you learned something and enjoyed this. And otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I hope to see you for the next live stream.